Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Just about a full slate of 13 games today, Tuesday, April 1st. We'll begin in the East, in the Eastern time zone. First game is Texas at Cincinnati. The Texas defeats Cincinnati 1-0 in Cincinnati. The night after the Reds scored 14 runs, Nathan Eovaldi shut Cincinnati down, throwing a complete game, 9 innings, and allowing 4 hits, striking out 8, walking 0, all on 99 pitches. I saw today that's a Maddux, right? 9 innings, less than 100 pitchers. Wyatt Langford hit a first-inning home run, giving Eovaldi all the run support he would need. The line score: the Rangers 1 run on 4 hits and no errors. The Reds no runs, 4 hits, 1 error. Eovaldi is now 1-0, and Spires is 0-1 for the Reds. No save, of course, as Eovaldi went the whole game. Not often you see that, a pitcher going a whole game, of course. The next game, Mets at Miami. Another good pitching performance in this one. Sandy Alcantara throws 5 innings, allowing 2 runs, as the Marlins defeat the Mets 4-2 in Miami. The Marlin bullpen was solid as well, but got a scare in the ninth. Miami brought in Anthony Veneziano to get the save in his major league debut. The first 3 batters he faced were Juan Soto, Pete Alonso, and Brandon Nimmo. How's that to start your major league career in a save situation? Soto walked. He was forced at second on a fielder's choice by Alonso. So Alonso's on first, and then Nimmo hit a single, now second and third. That was the end of the experiment, as Anthony Bender came in to pitch, getting Mark Vientos to fly out to right field and Jesse Winker to ground out to first base to end the game. Nimmo for the Mets and Kyle Stowers for the Marlins hit homers in the game. The line score: the Marlins 4 runs, 3 hits, and no errors. The Mets 2 runs, 5 hits, and no errors. Alcantara gets the win. He's now 1-0. Senga gets the loss for the Mets. He's 0-1, and Anthony Bender gets the save. That's his first of the season. I thought he had another one. I guess he's just come in at the end of the game. Maybe, I guess, probably the last time. Maybe the Marlins won by more than 3. The next game, still staying here on the East Coast, Pittsburgh at Tampa Bay. The Rays had their way with a listless Pirates team, winning 7-0 in Tampa. It was all Rays all the time, as Tampa scoring all they would need with 3 runs in the first inning, cruised to an easy victory. Brandon Lau homered for the Rays, going 3 for 4 with 3 RBI on the night. Jake Mangum also went 3 for 4. Shane Baz picked up the win for the Rays, going 6 innings, allowing 7 hits and striking out 10 with no walks. The line score: the Rays 7 runs, 10 hits, and no errors. The Pirates no runs, 9 hits, and 1 error. Baz gets the win. He's 1-0. Harrington the loss. He's 0-1. And off to New York. This was an interesting game, an exciting game. Certainly, if you're a Diamondbacks fan, the Diamondbacks handed the Yankees their first loss of the season, coming from behind to defeat New York 7-5 at Yankee Stadium. Arizona starter Corbin Burns threw well, allowing only 2 bases empty home runs to Jason Dominguez and Anthony Volpe into the fourth inning, but a fielding error by Josh Naylor gave the Yankees 2 earned runs and a 4-2 lead. That could have been the turning point of the game, but not letting the error bother them, the Diamondbacks scored 5 runs in the 8th inning, capped by a Eugenio Suarez grand slam to move ahead 7-4 and get the win. The homer was Suarez's 5th of the season. The Yankees struck out 14 times, including twice in the 9th inning. The line score: the D-backs 7 runs, 5 hits, and 1 error. The Yankees 5 runs, 5 hits, and no errors. Miller picks up the win for the Diamondbacks, he's now 1-0. Al Leiter Jr. the loss, he's 0-1. And Puck picks up the save. That's his first save of the season for the Diamondbacks. Last game in the Eastern Time Zone, Washington at Toronto. The Blue Jays squandered a 3-0 lead, but rebounded with 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th to defeat the Nationals 5-3 in Toronto. Bo Bichette drove in the winning runs with a 2-out single, scoring George Springer and Will Wagner. Chad Green was credited with the win, and Jeff Hoffman picked up a save, striking out 1 and facing the minimum 3 batters in the 9th inning. Jose Ferrer took the loss. The line score, the Blue Jays 5 runs, 12 hits, and no errors. The Nationals 3 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error. Green with the win is 1-0. Ferrer with the loss is 0-1, and that was Hoffman's second save of the season. Now into the Central Time Zone in the Midwest, Minnesota at Chicago. Trailing 3-0, the Twins scored 5 runs in the 6th inning and 3 more in the 9th to defeat the White Sox 8-3 in Chicago. Sox starter Shane Smith, making his MLB debut, went 5 2/3 innings before being pulled with 2 men on base. The Sox proceeded to give up 5 runs on 5 hits and a hit batter, and the Twins took the lead and never looked back in picking up their first victory of the season. Lewis Farland got the win, while Penn Murphy took the loss. The line score, Twins 8 runs, 10 hits, no errors. The White Sox 3 runs, 9 hits, no errors. Farland with the win is now 1-0. Murphy with the loss is 0-1. Kansas City at Milwaukee. The Brewers also picked up their first win of the season, defeating the Royals 5-0 in Milwaukee. Holding the Royals to 4 hits, the Brewers made the most of their 7 hits, with Eric Haas and Christian Yelich hitting home runs to get off the schneid. Abner Uribe was credited with the victory, while Michael Lorenzen was saddled with the loss. The line scored, Brewers 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors. Royals, no runs, 4 hits, 2 errors. Uribe is now 1-0. Lorenzen is 0-1. And in another exciting game, for the second night in a row, these two teams went to extra innings. That is the Angels and the St. Louis Cardinals. The Angels defeated the Cardinals, this time 9-7 in 11 innings. That's back-to-back wins in extra innings for the Angels. With the Angels leading 3-2, the Cardinals scored a run in the 8th frame, and after a scoreless ninth, the teams went into extras. Both teams scored 3 in the 10th, with the Angels repeating the feat in the 11th while holding the Cardinals to 1 run to secure the victory. Ryan Johnson, pitching for the second night in a row, was credited with the win. Ryan Zefferjan got the save. Chris Roycroft took the loss for the Cards. Jordan Walker of the Cardinals had the only home run in the high-scoring affair. The line score for this one, Angels 9 runs, 10 hits, and 1 error. Cardinals 7 runs, 11 hits, and no errors. Johnson is 1-0 with the win. Roycroft is 0-1 with the loss. Zefferjan picked up his first save of the season. The next game, San Francisco at Houston. In a pitching duel, the Giants beat the Astros 3-1 in Houston. Logan Webb went 7 innings for the Giants, giving up 1 run on 5 hits, while striking out 6 and walking none. Hayden Wesneski picked up the loss for the Astros. His undoing, walking the first 2 batters of the 3rd inning, that came around to score on a Willy Adames double. Elliot Ramos scored the other Giant run with his 3rd home run of the season. Ryan Walker picked up the save for the Giants. The line scores, Giants 3 runs, 4 hits, and no errors. The Astros 1 run, 7 hits, and 1 error. Webb with the win is now 1-0. It says it was Niski or was Newski. I'll have to check that for sure. He is 0-1. Walker, his 2nd save of the season. Now to the West Coast. First one, Cleveland at San Diego. The Padres continued their winning ways with a 7-0 win over the Guardians in San Diego, and they're looking good doing it. Tied 0-0 after 3 innings, The Padres scored at least one run in each of the next 5 innings to cruise to the victory. Jackson Merrill had a home run, and Manny Machado and Jake Cronenworth had 2 hits to pace the Padres' attack. The Guardians had 2 hits while striking out 16 times. Michael King went 5 innings to get the win, striking out 11 along the way. Logan Allen took the loss for Cleveland. The line score in this one: Padres 7 runs, 10 hits, no errors. The Guardians no runs, 2 hits, 2 errors. King is now 1-0. Allen is now 0-1. Detroit at Seattle. Tigers hold the Mariners to 1 hit and defeat the M's 4-1 in Seattle. The Tigers struck out 13 times but still managed to score enough to beat the offensively challenged Mariners. I almost said offensively minded. No, they are offensively challenged. Scoring 2 runs in the first inning when Riley Green doubled and scored on a Kerry Carpenter single, and Carpenter scoring on a Colt Keith single, the Tigers led 2-0 after half an inning and had enough runs for the win. Casey Mize went 5 2/3 for the win, allowing 1 hit and striking out 6, while Tommy Kahnle got the save. Logan Gilbert took the loss. The line score: the Tigers 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors. The Mariners 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. Mize with the win is 1-0. Gilbert with the loss is 0-1, and Kahnle picked up his first save. Now to West Sacramento for the second night in a row. Cubs had their hitting shoes on and defeated the Athletics 7-4 in West Sacramento. Cubs got off on the right foot as their first 3 batters had hits. The last, a home run and a towering home run by Seiya Suzuki to give Chicago a 3-0 lead before the A's had recorded an out. Kyle Tucker also had a homer for the Cubs, his 4th of the season. Brent Rooker and Shea Langeliers had homers for the Athletics. Justin Steele picked up the win for the Cubs, going 6 2/3 innings. Ryan Presley had the save. Luis Severino took the loss for the Athletics. The line scores: Cubs 7 runs, 9 hits, no errors. Athletics 4 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error. Steele with the win is 2-1. Remember, he pitched in Tokyo for his first game. He lost that one and has won 2 since. Severino picking up the loss is 0-1. Presley picked up his 2nd save of the season. In the final game of the day, Atlanta at the Dodgers. The Dodgers spotted the Braves a 2nd inning run before scoring 3 of their own in the 6th to defeat the Braves 3-1 at Dodger Stadium. The win improves the Dodger record to 7-0, while the Braves have dropped to 0-6. Mookie Betts had the big blow in the 6th, a 2-run homer with Shohei Ohtani on base. Dodgers starter Dustin May went 5 innings, allowing 1 run, but Anthony Banda picked up the win as the pitcher of record when the Dodgers did their scoring in the 6th. Tanner Scott recorded the save. Chris Sale took the loss. The line score: the Dodgers 3 runs, 5 hits, 1 error. The Braves 1 run, 3 hits, and 1 error. Banda is now 2-0 on the season. Chris Sale is 0-1, and Scott picked up his 2nd save of the season. And you know what? And I thought about this while I was talking. I forgot the question of the day. We'll do it and give you a few minutes to try to get the answer and put it in the comments down below. This is fairly easy, or should be, even for anybody. These are the 2 names are a couple of very well-known players in the history of Major League Baseball. So the question: both Roy Cabanella and Yogi Berra played this position. That should be fairly easy. I'll just see if there's anything else we can talk about for a few minutes, other than to say that there's 15 games tomorrow. I think this is only the 2nd time this season that 15 games will be played on any given night. Of course, that's the maximum, and there will definitely be more now that we're a little ways into the season. But even tonight, with 4 teams not playing, and that's both those games, both sets of those teams played last night, but they're not playing tonight because of a possible rain and So they just like to leave a day, Major League Baseball does, to maybe get a game in. But that will begin to go away as the weather gets better, and that will be reflected in the schedule as less off days. There will be the mandated off days, but the union and Major League Baseball contract. But other than that, there's not going to be days just in case there might be a rainout. So again, let's take a look at this question of the day, because that will be it for the day. Hope you put it in your answer in the comments. Roy Campanella and Yogi Berra played this position. What position is that? Oh, that's a pretty easy one, actually. They were both catchers. Berra for the Yankees and Campanella for the Dodgers, the Brooklyn Dodgers. They were both key figures throughout the 50s as the Dodgers and the Yankees had tremendous records. They met a couple times in the World Series over that time. Unfortunately, Roy Campanella was injured in a car accident and spent, I can't remember the year now, but I think he was still in the prime of his career. A car accident that left him in a wheelchair, which was a very sad thing to have happen. Campanella was one of the first African Americans after Jackie Robinson to play in the major leagues as well. And Yogi Berra, well, everybody knows who Yogi Berra is. So that is it for the day. But any thoughts about anything else? Let me know, and I will in the comments, and I'll try to answer any questions you have. And the last thing I'd like to ask you to do is, if you haven't done so already, please hit like and subscribe. I really appreciate your support. I will talk to you again soon.